Hi everyone, my name is Cynthia. Let's talk books. And today I have a tag for you. So this is the second tome around tag. I was tagged by Carmen over at Always Doing. The original creator of the tag is Julie from The Hungry Bookworm. I will link their channels and all that information down below. But when I saw Carmen's video doing this tag, I knew this was like the perfect thing to tag me in because it's all about like used books. So let's get right to it and answer some of these questions. So first question is, do you buy secondhand books? Yes, this is why this is such a perfect tag for me. I was trying to think, probably at least a third, if not half of the books sitting in my shelves are used books. Yeah, if I can get a book for cheaper, why not? Especially if it's in good condition. Right. So question number 2 is, was your latest purchase? And I just put that book away, damn it. Okay, the last book I purchased at my used bookstore was Her Body and Other Parties by Carmen Machado. This was actually, it's going to be one of my answers for the other text. So it was a really good find. It's in really good condition, even though it's in paperback. And I hadn't seen it before at any of the used bookstores. So I feel like I got really lucky to have found this. And it was before the pandemic and before my move. So the stars aligned for me to find this book was what happened, really. All right, question number 3 was, what condition do you feel acceptable? Okay, this is an important question when buying used books. Like this one, it's a paperback and you can tell it's been read because it's kind of folded up, right? So it's been used by somebody. However, there's nothing written inside, and the crease, it's not creased, right? So it's not like super damaged. Most of the time, I try to buy books in this or better condition, but I have purchased books that have been in worse condition. Usually, if I really want to read it, if it is for my in-person book club, then I don't care what condition it is because I just need the book so I can read it. So I have gotten a few of those kinds of books, but there has to be some reason why I'm getting it in not great condition. Otherwise, I prefer for the books to be in kind of lightly used or like near perfect condition. Question number 4 is, after you have read said book, do you keep it for a reread or redonate it? So this is a tricky question for me because I tend to not like getting rid of books. I just don't like it. This book I will for sure be keeping, but the ones that are in not great condition, I have just recently, because of my move, been pulling them out of the shelf and decided that I'm going to get rid of them. If they are ripped and much more damaged, I'm going to throw them out because those are not even they're not going to be able to resell them. So the other books, I will donate them so that somebody else can find them. But otherwise, if I bought a book, I tend to keep it. Question number 5 is, do you have a favorite place you like to go to when looking for secondhand books? Yes. So about 5 minutes from my old place was a used bookstore that I loved. When I first moved to that town, it was, this bookstore was at the mall, like not in the mall, but like right outside the mall. And I loved walking in there. Then they relocated. And right after they relocated, I moved to the part of town where they relocated to. So I felt like I was meant to have a connection with this bookstore. Really loved it though. They had a really great selection. And the thing I love about used bookstores is that what you find on the shelves is constantly changing. Like you go in on a Monday and it's gonna be, and when you go back on like Sunday, you're gonna find kind of different books on the shelf because things are constantly coming in and getting shelved and restocked and sold and all of that. So yeah, sometimes I've gone to this bookstore several times in a week. I'll admit it, I've gone several times in a week. Question number 6, hardback or paperback, do you have a preference? I don't at the used bookstore because normally I do prefer reading books in paperback. I find them just easier to hold. but hardbacks tend to stay in better condition when they've been used. So I will buy both, and in fact, I think if I look around, most of the books I've bought from the used bookstore are probably in hardback, just because they tend to stay in better condition. That's it. Question number 7, have you found any real gems? Yes, I have. I have already shown you a few. I found the entire Naturals novels. This is a YA kind of mystery thriller series, and I found all of the hard covers in the series in my used bookstore in really good condition. Like, this is the thing about some of these hardcovers, right? Sometimes you can't tell if they've been read. And yeah, the entire series. This is not the first one in the series. This was just the first one I pulled out of the shelf. But I felt like that was a really good find. I also found the entire Soulless, or Parasol, Protectorate series, at the used bookstore. This is the last one in the Parasol Protectorate series, and it's there in paperback, but in really good condition. Like, I can't tell if these have been read in paperback. So I felt like this was a great find. One more great find I will share. These are not in great condition. You can tell that like the color has faded a bit in the pages, and it's got like marks and stuff. But I found like 5 or 6 different Simone de Beauvoir books at the used bookstore. And in these covers, like this, the edition of it is hard to find in the US now, as they were printed in 1984. So these books are older than I am. They're older than I am, but they, like, even though you can tell that there's been wear on them in the front, the pages themselves don't look like they've been read. They haven't been marked, and I think this is an excellent find. Question number 8 is optional. Find a book from your shelves that you can donate to a good cause or your local charity Goodwill shops. All right, I already have a box going full of those, so I don't need to do this, and a bunch of those are already, some of them were brand new books that I bought that will now become used books, and some of them are used books that are going to be recirculated out into the world, so I'm way ahead of you on that one. In question number 9, go ahead and tag some peeps. I always feel weird about these tags. I feel like I don't know enough people to tag them. So I'm not going to tag anybody specifically, but if anybody wants to do this tag, because you do go to used bookstores and all that, please do it and let me know so that I can go watch your videos. One of the sad things about my move is that, and because I moved in the middle of a pandemic, I haven't had time to explore my new location, and I don't know if I have a good used bookstore near me. I think I found one that's close enough, but I don't know how good it's going to be till like I walk physically into the store and browse the shelves. So we'll see how that goes. I'll keep you updated, and hopefully this pandemic will end soon so that we can go back to exploring our local bookstores, especially our used bookstores. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.